Good morning, Eric. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm well. I'm well.
Are you like
Fantastic.
Are you a Hogan's Heroes fan?
I know nothing.
Oh, excellent. Well,
Nothing.
well done. Well done. What's going
Good
on in the
stuff.
cyber world today, Eric?
There's a lot going on in the cyber world today. I had to chuckle the article that you threw over the fence about the cyber war between Ukraine, Russia. I hear me out.
Mhm.
Don't flame me for this.
I got my finger on the flame button.
Yeah,
I'm really disappointed in Russia.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Most Russians are disappointed in Russia too, so
Yeah,
don't worry
exactly.
about it. You're in
don't
good
worry about
company.
it. We won't flame you. We may flame broil you. That's how we do things.
So,
But
we've been
we
talking
won't flame
cheeseburgers today, so yeah.
9 months ago or so, we were having some pretty high level discussions with people as to the mighty Russian cybers, attack
Sure.
is going to come. I mean, the CISA, DHS cybersecurity people, they were all like, "Hey
I
guys,
remember that. Yeah, I remember seeing
Hey,
a couple
guys.
articles coming down the pike that, like, watch your power grids, watch your, buy some
Yep.
candles, all that kind of stuff.
And even with what we've seen in the Ukraine, with what Ukraine has put out as this is what's happened, I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what you'd expect from the hacking club at the high school to be able to do.
Hey,
To be honest with you.
we got some decorated coders over at the high school. I'll tell you.
That's what I'm kind of getting at is, it's decent, but it's not anywhere what I'd expect from a nation state. And of course, then they're just holding on to that until they need it. Okay. But there was significant infrastructure inside Ukraine that you would expect for them to take down, and they didn't. There's just a lot of stuff that you would expect from the previous wars where previous actions where Russia has used their cyber capacity. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
This time around.
It seems like Russia is just a big bully in both on the ground and in the cyber world. You think they're going to be this big tough thing, and then when it push comes to shove, so far they've been getting shoved.
Well, there's one commentary on why Russia is kind of turned into a paper tiger, right?
Mm-hmm.
The corruption, if you think corruption's bad in the United States, you have not experienced another country. Okay.
Right.
Corruption is not bad in the United States when you start talking other countries that traditionally haven't been exactly allied with us. Russia, you'll send tankers and supplies forward for 100,000 soldiers, and by the time it gets there, it's only enough for 1,000 soldiers because it's been picked over for black market this and
absolutely. I think the great John McCain said it best. One of my favorite quotes of him when people were discussing Russia, and he had an extensive, history, many trips over there. He said, "Guys, just so you know, Russia's a gas station masquerading as a country."
Pretty much.
That's what it is. I mean, all they have is fuel. So they, during what's the worst thing they did during this war, outside of some horrible, obviously plenty of atrocities, but the thing they did to Europe was we cut off your gas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their main weapon. And
just give them some onions. We'll give you some onions and send you over there. You'll set everything straight.
Right. Absolutely. Lock and load. Absolutely.
But it's very Ukrainian. On the other hand, they said, hey, if you'd like to hack for us and with us, come to this Twitter page, come to this this Telegram page, sign up. We'll give you your targets of reference and
Nice.
go, right?
Oh,
And
nice.
what I've kind of noticed in this whole thing, which has been kind of funny, is like no other countries cyber people are carrying. It's like you're gonna go hack Russia targets for the Ukraine. Okay, that's fine with us. Just hack Russia targets.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's
They're
been
like hacking parties.
There have been a few that I'm aware of. Hey, you want it? We're gonna hack Russia tonight. I'm like, no, I'll pass. Thank you. But you tell me how it goes.
You get a case of Mountain Dew Live Wire and a couple Domino's pizzas, and let the fun begin.
Yeah. So
cinnamon butterscotch cinnamon pie.
There you go.
Yeah, and Russia, there's plenty of information for people out there who want to know. The article mentions some stuff, but there's others out there where, at one point their satellite system got compromised. Russia's satellite system.
Oh God.
Space Command got compromised.
Just
Allegedly.
Right. Then they start to bounce into each other in the stratosphere like pinballs. Like, uh-oh.
And I can just imagine waking up to that one. You can't communicate with satellites. Why? Somebody ticked off somebody in the Ukraine, and
Can we somehow still utilize half a satellite?
we can't utilize any satellites because we can't communicate with satellites.
I want Yuri, go up there and push. It needs a show.
Didn't we have firewall? We had wall that was on fire. Yes.
There you go. Oh no. Big trouble.
It was Boris Badenoff and what's her name?
Natasha.
Natasha didn't have a last name, did she?
I don't think so, but she was, and then they had later on they introduced great leader.
Oh yeah,
he was just known as great leader.
Yeah, great leader's not too happy right now in Russia.
No, I don't think so. No.
Well, and that's the concern, not to divulge into a conventional war conversation, but
sure.
You have a belligerent that's being backed into a corner.
Yeah.
What will they do next? And yeah, no, I mean we're at a dangerous point right now.
It's creepy.
And to get back on the cyber topic, let's not forget about China or
Indeed.
North Korea, or any of these other belligerents, Iran, any of these other belligerents that are out there, that as your eyes are looking for stuff that's going to come out of Russia, you still have to be paying attention to these other threats and we call the TTPs, the techniques, tactics, and procedures that they use that are unique to them. North Korea likes to steal your money. That's what most of their hacks are about.
Oh, sure.
Money, because they need money.
They don't have any. I mean, that's one thing, they shake the country's piggy bank and you just hear like one little clink in there. I mean, it's creepy. Yeah, no, they don't have anything. So,
China's being belligerent. I mean, everybody's being belligerent right now. This is the belligerent.
Yeah, we talked last night about autocracies and dictatorships and all that versus democracies, and historically autocracies have just always been there, and this is just they're having their banner moment again in this this decade. So we just kind of have to sit on our hands and say we'll watch you implode. You keep, because that's another thing too, is that eventually, and I'm sure Russia's running into this as well, it doesn't work. I mean, and you get little victories, but on the macro side of it, it doesn't work. It's just such a flawed approach. So most of the time, unfortunately, a lot of people suffer on the way to that stuff going away. But
that is the unfortunate reality. Yeah,
indeed.
No, and to put focus back on, I personally believe, based on my knowledge of watching Russia from open source over the years, what we're seeing, they have capability, and they have some reason decided not to use it. Whoever that reason is, they've decided not to use it. So we can laugh and point and be like, it's the fourth quarter and you haven't scored.
Right.
Meanwhile, Ukraine's running that ball.
It's 4th and 28
to the Russian end zone here along the border.
Right.
But no, they do have capacity. They do have capability. Unlike the United States and most countries that are more than just a gas station, they also incorporate cyber criminals and the hostile cyber actor component. That sometimes they get a knock on the door and it's like, heck this for Mother Russia.
Right. Absolutely.
And
suitcase full of money.
Yeah, and they're openly told if you hack anything that's Russia, we'll come after you. But if you hack anybody else in the world, we don't care. Right. So they have.
Let me put this in the terms of, I guess, our own viewing audience. Like, has there been traces of what Russia does found in even like in Wisconsin, just to put it in a real like localized term? Like, is there something that someone could say, well, our banking system, or, we found traces of something here? Is that something that comes up from time to time?
Like if you're looking for actual nation state activity, I could not comment on that. Even if I knew, unless I had the privilege to comment on. And currently, for anything that I do know about, I don't have any privilege to comment on. So we'll just leave it at that.
I love it. I asked one of those questions. Cool.
Now on the flip side of that, if we were to take anybody's network connection and we were to start to analyze what is hitting that, there's a lot of, we call it static and squelch on the on the network, right? But when we start looking at the fingerprints of those attacks, those attempts, right? You kind of want to take anything that's automated and pull it off to the side and be like, okay, somebody's running a script. Who cares? They're looking to see what can fall. Which not large number of organizations fall from that actually, because they had something that wasn't configured properly, and some automated script ran, and somebody's computer had a little ding, just like you've got mail. You've got a target. And but when you start breaking down and looking at the statistics of what is banging against your internet connection, right? Your edge, as we refer to it.
Sure.
Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. They're all in there.
Quite a rogues gallery of.
So is Eastern European countries, because they're lax on it. And then the beauty of the internet, though, is you don't have to be. Or actually, I should rephrase that. The beauty of the internet is it's designed in such a way that you don't have to, and nor should you if you're a hacker, hack from your computer directly to your target, right?
Yeah.
So one of the hardest things is that attack from Russia really from Russia? Or is it coming
just
through
kind of circular
Russia?
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing when we talk about active defense or hacking back against a aggressor, it's a hostile cyber actor. It's a very dangerous initiative, because you don't know the target that's hacking you, the system, the resource that's hacking you. Could be some hospital's network, right?
Sure.
If you fire your cyber bullets at that and take it down, you might have just put a hospital in danger, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So there's aspects of that comes into play too. It's a gray area, but when you look at the information, people like to brag, right? So when you look at, oh, look, we did this, coming from Russia, that gives you a little bit more of a, oh, okay, now can we correlate that back and see any traffic that matches that? Oh, we can. Okay. And that gives us a better view. Yeah. But
well, Eric, we're on we have our vet rolling in, but I have one more critical question for you. This is probably the biggest thing we've asked today. Yes, you're ready. Your pen's ready. Double cheeseburger, yes or no? Or do you just stick with a single?
Why are you asking this?
Fine, I'll like augment.
This is on a need to know basis.
This is, well, and then have you gone triple in your life? Have you ever gone triple?
I have.
Okay, I was just curious.
And I'm wondering why bacon's not part of this discussion.
Well,
It's National Double Cheeseburger Day.
National Double Cheeseburger Day. We want to make sure you partake somewhere.
When is National Bacon Double Cheeseburger Day?
We're on it. I mean, we'll let you know.
Life's too short to not add bacon.
Hopefully, it won't land on a weekend, and we're not doing a show. We may have to do a special episode if that does occur. Cool. Onions or no?
Yes. However,
I hear a ... there.
However, as time has elapsed in my life, onions are not as friendly as they used to be.
See, I also have
Raw, grilled, bring them.
If I wish to light my sternum on fire, add onions. So there we go. Good. Good stuff.
Thanks for breaking that down. We see these things on Cyber Wars and stuff. We have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So you really help out a lot. So
Perspective is definitely appreciated.
thanks mucho. And you're an onion eater, so you're all right.
All right. Whenever possible.
Like an apple.
Ooh. Do that live on our show. We'll send you a kickback. Note to self.
Raw onions for next week's show. Got it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Tune in next week to see Eric Ebner potentially eat a raw onion live on this show. Thank you, sir. Protocol 46 is the name of the company. Reach out to him if you have IT and or cybersecurity questions.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Have a good day. Go have a cheeseburger or two.